Multiverse, a place with limitless possibilities. And when I say possibilities, I mean baddies. An infinite road with baddies wherever you look. You look left, a baddie. You look right, a baddie. You look behind, and it's your mommy. At the end of the day, as Jogo is about to leave the classroom, his teacher remarks that he is in charge of class duty for today. That's why he asked Jogo to grade a pile full of test papers and bring them to the staff room once he is done. A while later, as the boy is doing the teacher's work, he wonders how long this would take. He was looking towards going home and relaxing while watching a movie. He is so done with it to the point of thinking of throwing them out of the window and being done with it. That is when a girl named Miato approaches him, asking what he is up to. After explaining, the girl suggests that the teacher is placing all his work on the boy's back. However, Miato tells the Jogo to give her half of that pile. She will be giving him a hand, and they will get it done faster if they do it together. To make the plot of the story more interesting, the boy has a crush on this cute girl named Miato and cannot stop glancing at her, prompting the girl to wonder what is wrong. Realizing he got caught, his heart skipped a bit and just apologized, suggesting it's nothing. Later, when they are finally done with the papers, Jogo offers his words of appreciation but can't help when his stomach makes a sound suggesting he is asking for food. Without hesitation, hearing that, Miato takes something black, most probably a chocolate stick, and introduces it into the boy's mouth. Followed by that, she gives him a stare in the eyes and asks him, "Who is your mummy, huh? Who is your mommy?" Okay, this is how I would have interpreted it. Realizing he just got fed by her, Jogo is flustered and ends up falling down. As the boy is about to take the paper to the staff room, Miato asks Jogo if he's heading home after this. Knowing we love straightforward girls who don't hesitate to ask things directly, she suggests they go home together, leaving the boy blushing red in the cheeks. On their way home, Jogo can't hold his sweat rolling down his ass cheeks. This must be happiness over time. Hearing some people from behind speaking about them, Jogo wants to say something, attracting the girl's attention. Very flustered, he wonders why Miato said she wanted to go home together. Her face showing no kind of emotion prompts the boy to say how they usually don't hang out that much, and today was just an accident. He would feel bad if people got the wrong idea by seeing the two of them walk home together. Her response was simple and to the point. "I just wanted to." She does not care what others think. Hearing that, Jogo's cheeks finally get dry. He believes Miato is beautiful and kind, but this part of her makes him like her the most. Now the girl is thanking him for helping out today, letting Jogo confused. How did he help? Without giving any answer, the girl moves closer, turning her phone towards the boy, and suggests this new dish looked delicious. At a light sign, the two are about to part ways, while Miato is thanking Jogo for hanging out with her. Looking at her going away, the boy's face starts becoming pale, his hand trying to reach her. Truck Kun showed up in the scene ready to isekai the beautiful girl. Jogo, who has been reading many isekai mangas, said it is not you who will get isekai'd and manages to push Miato away, saving her life. Hit by the car, everything turned blank. Thinking about it, he wishes he could have told Miato he liked her. As he is having this inner monologue, another voice suggests he is always saying that at the end, but good news, the isekai world is not ready, and this time it's different. He got another chance at life, so he better make sure not to leave any regrets. Opening his eyes, Jogo finds himself on the ground. The boy wonders, why is he still alive? Wasn't he about to get run over? By his side, Miato is yelling, "That hurt." Looking at her, something is strange. Was she wearing a hoodie before? And what is with that hair? Looking on the other side of the road, there is another Miato. What in the world is happening? Did he get transported into a world full of Minatos? Did God finally hear his wish? Let's not move so fast. Maybe the two are twins, or maybe sisters. Shaking her, Jogo wonders if the girl is okay. Looking at him straight in the eyes, the girl hugs Jogo, saying how she is really glad to see he is still alive. A tear flows down her cheek as she squeezes him with all her strength. And now, before leaving, she tells him she's glad they could meet again. While looking at the girl who is running away, Miato approaches Jogo, who is now really confused, not knowing what just happened. Same as the other girl. She is relieved seeing Jogo is all right, and a tear is traveling down her cheek. Looking at her, Jogo remembers the voice in his head telling him not to leave any regrets. Without hesitation, he tells Miato he likes her. Only a second later he realizes what he had said and wonders why he did that all of a sudden. He tries to come up with an excuse, but nothing comes out of his mouth. As the girl wonders what he's trying to say, he suddenly bails, running away and leaving her sitting on the ground, watching his sweaty cheeks move in tandem. Later that night, Jogo is sitting on the sofa, burying his face in a pillow, wondering why he ran away. Couldn't he have just swiped his ass, taken a sniff, and proceeded like a man, walking Miato home, considering the situation? Thinking about it, he believes hearing someone's voice at that time, but can't remember exactly what happened. Moreover, who is that girl looking like Miato? While having all these thoughts, a sound attracts his attention. It is coming from the bathroom. With a frying pan in his hand, he proceeds towards the door, ready to smack whoever is hiding there. The boy opens the door, finding a cute-looking girl. After apologizing for the intrusion, the two of them are preparing to have a conversation, but Jogo can't believe someone that looks exactly like Miato is inside his room. Ready to find out more about the current situation, Jogo asks the girl who is she. It turns out that Truck Kuin has done something, but in a different world because the person in front of Jogo is Miato from another world. She came here to save the boy from the accident earlier. Not only that, but she is also his girlfriend. Hearing that, the boy is more confused than ever. Did she just say girlfriend? That can't be the case. He must have heard wrong. Yet the girl says that again, she is Jogo's girlfriend. A loud noise came out of his mouth. She really is his girlfriend. That means in another world the two of them are going out. Some knocking at the door interrupts their moment. Thinking about it, only his parents are showing up unannounced. Knowing that, he quickly tries to hide the girl somewhere, making Miato wonder why he would do that. They might be together in another world, but right now he could not explain to his parents what is going on. However, Miato suggests to just go ahead and tell them she's his girlfriend. Not having time to discuss it, Jogo asks her just to hide for now and opens the door. At his door, to his surprise, are not his parents but Miato from this world. The boy is wondering why would she come here? The girl is giving him a stare, probably expecting to be invited inside, but the boy doesn't catch on and asks how he can help her. That's when she extends her hand and gives the boy a plushy puppy that Yugo dropped on the road. More than that, she thanks him for saving her at that time. If he were not there, she would have died. And Acne again thanks him. Thinking about it, Jogo realizes that if it were not for the Miato from the other universe, he would have died on that spot. Before leaving, Miato wants to confront him about one more thing. Jogo said he liked her, and she wonders if he was serious about it. A bit hesitant but sincere, Jogo tells her that he really does, making Miato show a hint of emotion on her otherwise expressionless face, a half blush, and tells him they should start dating then. Inside the house, the other Miato could hear everything, and her heart started racing faster than a rabbit in mating season. The next morning, as Jogo woke up, he thought to himself that even in his dreams, he couldn't catch a break. The events of the previous day haunted him even in his sleep. He vaguely remembered something about having to choose between two girls. It must mean nothing, he muttered. It was just a dream. Still too sleepy, he decided to rest a little longer. As he turned his head to the other side, the Miato from the other world appeared in front of him, smiling and wishing him a good morning. Later, while having breakfast, the girl apologized, suggesting she fell asleep next to him without realizing it. Jogo has a crush on Miato, but this girl is saying she is Miato from another world. What is really happening? How should he feel about her? Yet, the girl seems not to worry about things. She is just enjoying the egg roll Jogo prepared. is it time for Jogo to ask more about the situation they are in right now. But before that, Miato expresses her desire not to be addressed as so politely. She might be from another world, but she is still Sui Miato. On that topic, Jogo is asking if she is really Miato. Hearing that, the girl gets angry, suggesting Jogo is still not trusting her. But the boy is perfectly rational. It's impossible for someone to have come from another parallel universe. That's why most probably the two are just siblings. Hearing that, Miato slams her hand on the table, showing the boy his house keys. She used those to enter his house yesterday. Looking at them, the boy realizes they are the same as his. That's because they are. Realizing another set of keys identical to his is not supposed to exist. And even though it might be a bit of a leap to decide just based on this, he is convinced that the Miato standing in front of him is from another world. Willing to go to even greater extents. Ready to take that blur box she is about to take of the hottie showing the mole on her back. However, that wouldn't help Jogo, who wouldn't even know if this world's Miato has a mole in the same spot. Still, taking a quick glance wouldn't hurt, right? No one would be bothered by that. Wondering what the girl is planning to do next, Jogo inquires if she doesn't have to return to her world and if she's feeling unwell. It seems that's not the case. She plans to stay for a while and asks if she can stay at his place. Without giving him a chance to say anything, she suggests that it's settled. He lives alone, so no one will be there to bother them. Moreover, he won't have to exhaust his left hand anymore. Miato is his girlfriend, after all, and she would gladly lend a hand, helping him out. Looking at her, Jogo is a bit revolved. He has a crush on Miato, but the one from this world. While in his thoughts, the girl in front of him suggests that she does not even know how to go back home. Sometime later, the two of them are walking outside. Jogo, looking at her, remarks that this Miato from another world is very bright and energetic, totally different from the one he knows. Even now, as she calls for him, her small face lit up by that irresistibly cute smile sends his heart racing. Inside the mall, Miato wonders where they are going, prompting the boy to say they should go buy some clothes, making the girl grab his arm and move closer to him. Again, looking down at her, seeing that cute smile, not only does it make his heart race, but it sends a rush of blood straight down to his waist. Not realizing, the girl has already decided for both of them that they are a couple. Jogo keeps asking stupid questions, such as what are you doing when the girl hugs him? They start to have a small argument over it. He points out that he hasn't confessed to her yet, and she was only confessed to in another universe, which makes the moment feel awkward, and Miato's smile fades for a brief moment. A quiet gloom settles over her. She lets go of his arm and tells him she will wait a little bit more before holding his arm. But one thing she won't back down is being his girlfriend. Turns out, after she managed to save the boy, she ran into a park as tears of happiness wheeled across her face. She thought, now that she's saved him, Miato from this world can be with her version from this universe. And when thinking about time to go home, somebody who recognized her appeared to be questioning what she was doing alone there. Is she waiting for her boyfriend? After telling her that is indeed what is happening, seeing her face and the reaction when hearing she has a boyfriend, not sure about the answer, she tells her, oh wait, I don't have a boyfriend. Realizing the Verizon of herself from this universe is not yet together with Jogo, something fires inside her body. This makes her pause for a moment, unable to hear anything as her hopes start showing up. Without losing any time, she excuses herself and starts running away. She made up her mind. Miato wants to fall in love with Jogo once again in this world. Back in present, it's already night, and the two are heading back home after buying lots of stuff. Chit-chatting, the boy realizes how much the girl knows about him, and in a sudden moment Miato stops. Thinking about what Miato from this universe just did the other night, telling Jogo they should start dating, she can't hold anymore. Even though this Jogo is not the one she used to love, she already made her mind. Looking him straight in the eyes like a cobra poised to strike, she says, I do love you. On another part of the city, Miato from this universe sits in bed and thinks about Jogo and what he may be up to. That's why she grabs her phone and sends him a message. "So what's up? Are you going to ask me out or what? I know you are not busy tomorrow, so you better treat me to some sweets." The other day, Miato from the other universe just found out Jogo is about to go on a date with her from this universe. Wondering why she found this out so late, the boy suggests he couldn't find the right time to tell her. And after all, it's not really a date. Hearing that, Miato desires to tag along and propose the three of them to hang out together. But that would not be a good idea. The other girl, Miato, has no idea about this situation. Moreover, is it even okay for two of them to be existing in the same world? That's something to think about later. Everything seems to be okay so far. Let's just keep the things as they are and not bring those two around. With a somehow disappointed expression, the girl agrees and hugs Jogo, wishing him a good day. On his way to the date, Jogo's face is all red, thinking about how Miato does not have a proper sense of distance. Her mushy balloons press against his body, and it's just too much for him to handle. Even with both hands, he can't seem to get a good grip on them. Moving on, the boy thinks about how he could not even give Miato a proper answer since he would never expect her to say something like that. Arriving at the place where the two are supposed to meet, his heart is pounding like crazy once again. It's starting to make me wonder if this boy has some cardiovascular problems. Having so many episodes in the span of 3 chapters feels excessive. Today, they will have to talk about the whole thing regarding dating. Jogo would love to go out with her, but there is another person who showed up in his life, and there is no way he can choose between the two. Interrupting his thoughts, Miato showed up, greeting him. Upon seeing her, he is about to give the girl a compliment, calling her cute, but his tongue gave up when he reached the letter C. He cannot believe he is about to hang out with such a beautiful girl. Thinking that in another world he is dating Miato, the boy cannot stop wondering how far the two of them have actually gotten. Waking up to reality, when Miato calls his name, the girl asks, "Where are they going?" Proving that he isn't always daydreaming and can actually listen when the girl speaks, he suggests going to a place called Fruit Garden, knowing that Miato mentioned she loves sweets. Finally, a smile appears on her face as she says she would love to check it out. Inside the store, Jogo keeps on staring at Miato, who looks over the menu. He could never imagine he would end up alone with her. He has no idea what to talk about. When the girl asked him what he was going to order, the boy realized his menu was all blank. It's on the back. Thinking this is not going well at all, the boy wants to have a conversation that flows nicely. When the order has arrived, Jogo is surprised by the parfait size, but the one who is truly amazed is Miato, who believes this looks pretty good. Observing her expression, Jogo remarks that he's never seen her make that kind of face at school. As he watches her take a spoonful of parfait and smoothly introduce it in her mouth, he gets all flustered and knocks his parfait down. After they left that place, Miato was happy with the tasty things she had, while Jogo believes everything got so awkward after knocking the parfait. He cannot talk at all. When Miato asked him if there was another place he wanted to go, the boy was moving his eyes towards the ground and apologized, telling her how even though she went through the trouble of inviting him, he was just a mess. He was nervous the whole time and didn't even know what to say. Yet the girl is not aware of that. She was way too absorbed by the parfait the entire time. Acknowledging what he just said, the girl asked him what he would do if the world was attacked by aliens, confusing the boy. Apparently, her grandma used to say that when you are nervous, think about something weird to distract yourself. Hearing his simple answer, Miato said that she would ask them to take her for a ride to space. She continues by saying that seeing all kinds of planets and enjoying them while eating parfaits sounds fun. Apparently, this off-topic conversation improved the boy's mood. And finally, it's the moment where the boy can show how nice and caring he is. A sound from nearby attracts their attention. A child has lost her balloon flying into a tree. Seeing that, Jogo tells Miato he will be right back and goes to the child, offering his help. After somehow managing to retrieve it, Jogo hands the balloon to the girl, showing a happy expression that Miato can't help but notice. As Miato moves closer, the girl's mom subtly laughs, hinting that he went out of his way during their date. As the girl and her mother are leaving, Miato says, "A date, huh?" She brings in the conversation if Jogo remembers when she asked him whether they should start dating the other day. Miato does not know why she said that back then. It only felt like she would regret it if she did not say those words at that moment. It was like he would disappear somewhere far, and she really didn't want that. That's somehow weird because they are not even that close. Is it really okay for them to date if she is feeling like this? Miato then suggested to pretend that the whole thing from the other day never happened. She had a lot of fun on today's date and got to know a bit of Jogo. She wants to know more about him, and once she gets to truly know him, she wants to fall for him properly. After that, they can start dating. Another day, in the morning, Jogo is feeling bad since he did not manage to sleep properly. Last night, he played video games with Miato, who came from another world. They ended up playing until dawn. Looking at the clock, there are 5 more minutes until lunch break. If he manages to go through this class, he can finally relax, but that won't be so easy since the teacher wants somebody to give an answer to the problem he just presented and somehow ends up picking Jogo, who reluctantly prepares to respond, standing up and attracting Miato's attention. The boy stands up, and as he is about to give an answer, he suddenly becomes silent. Apparently, this guy has a weakness, as they say, but in my opinion, this is an SS skill. When he is sleep-deprived, he will fall asleep anywhere, no matter the situation. Some of his classmates, who realize Jogo is sleeping, attract the teacher's attention. The teacher casually just moves to the next person, leaving him be. A while later, after the sleeping beauty wakes up, he sits on a bench, reflecting how sleeping while standing in front of everybody is so embarrassing. This makes him feel like going home, and Miato, who approached him, suggests they should just head home then. He is puzzled seeing the girl there, waving at him and giving a cute smile. Wondering since when she's been sitting there, not being able to notice her, the girl suggests people don't notice her a lot, even when she gets close. Therefore, she might have been a ninja in her previous life. Knowing she witnessed what happened to him in class, he feels embarrassed, but as she brings up the subject, Miato tells him it was funny. Hearing that he was staying up late playing video games, she inquires about it, and ends up telling Jogo she used to play a lot with her dad, something Miato from the other universe mentioned as well. And God, I think I'm falling in love. I might be into ripped mommies who could break my head with their huge thighs, but I also have a soft spot for cute girls like herself. She even suggests that next time they should play together, but gosh, who would be able to play video games when she is around? Taking a sip of his drink, the girl remarks that it is the new drink that just came out and wonders if she could have a sip. It should have been me. She was curious about it for a while, and now, having this opportunity, she might just try it. Meanwhile, Jogo is turning red as a tomato, thinking how Miato is about to drink from his half-finished juice. Staring at her lips, the boy gulps, imagining the form her face is making when. Moving on, it's the bell, and their next class should be physical education, something Jogo is not good at, even when awake. And having Miato run through his mind is definitely not helping him right now. Regarding the date the two of them had, they decided not to go out. The other Miato told Jogo she likes him, but the boy didn't know how to respond. And with everything that happened, not knowing what that thing regarding having to choose just one means makes everything so complicated. But there's no time for such things. This is just an excuse. Looking at Miato with his thoughts drifting away, a ball can be seen flying toward him, and in the next second, it hits Jogo in the head, giving him a KO. That commotion attracts Miato's attention. Moments later, Jogo finds himself on the bed, wondering where he is, and by his side is Miato, who wishes him a good morning. Not knowing why he ended up here, the girl tells him she carried Jogo, but that's a lie. After the boy got carried by somebody else, she sneaked in quietly and didn't get caught by anybody, prompting her to believe she might have been a ninja in her past life. Turns out she was bored while waiting for him to wake up and ended up creating tons of shurikens. Wondering what else she can make, the girl enumerates tons of things, and within seconds, she makes a rhino, surprising the boy. She is wondering if our boy with his head in the clouds can make anything, and finds out he is actually able to do some stuff. As they continue to speak, it seems like a connection is being created between the two. Thinking things over, Jogo realizes he likes Miato, but until now, he didn't know much about her. Still, he's happy to be able to know her. And while wondering if she is spending so much time with him because of a desire to know more about Jogo, the boy also wants to know more. But the way he stares at her right now makes the girl ask what is wrong. At that moment, footsteps can be heard, most probably the nurse checking on Jogo. If she finds out Miato is here, that would be troublesome. While thinking about running away, Jogo tells her to hide somewhere. Moving the curtains, the nurse approaches Jogo, whose face is all red, because under all those sheets, Miato is clinging to his body, hiding from the nurse. Seeing that face of his, the nurse believes he might have a temperature, but it seems not to be the case. That's why she lets him rest for a little longer before heading back. Calling Miato back up, the girl moves above our boy, who is hypnotized by her face. As she bends down, sweat dripping down her face, almost giving a kiss to our boy, she lays her head near him, suggesting it's really hot. But without any notice, the nurse bumps back in, suggesting she must leave, and prompts Jogo to head back to the classroom whenever he feels better, without giving a notice. Thankfully, Miato manages to hide before being caught. With the nurse gone, the two are relieved they did not get caught. Looking at the time, Miato believes it's time for her to head back to class and waves goodbye to Jogo, who wants to tell her something before she leaves. He tells her that he had fun today, prompting the girl to say it was the same for her. Back at Jogo's apartment, the other Miato just bought matching cups and is waiting for the boy. But something seems to be happening. One of the cups disappeared. Another day, we see Jogo giving Miato from home a back massage, and since her body is so sensitive, she cannot hold herself from making noise. And when the boy is slowing down, his stamina almost running out, the girl quickly tells him to pick up the pace. And oh God, he really hit the spot, making Miato feel amazing. Thankfully, she realizes the coin has two sides and decides it's time for Jogo to receive a massage. While riding his back, the girl wonders where Jogo would like to be massaged, and even though I'm not sure about him, I definitely know where I want to be massaged. My feet have been feeling numb lately, and having her fingers touch me in between the toes would be so stress-relieving. Not being able to say a thing, since this position is really dangerous, Miato decides to go with the flow and do whatever comes through her mind, letting the boy shed some tears, thinking the person he loves is giving him a massage with those slim fingers of hers. But not even 5 seconds in, she stops, showing the boy her phone and telling him she wants to watch that movie. I guess the time she massaged him is equivalent to the time he last playing Butter the Biscuit. The movie she decided to watch is called Multiverse Travel, and it's the 4th installment in the travel series. Apparently, in her world, they only made it up to the trilogy. She never thought she would come across a new installment like this, making Jogo realize there are such differences between the worlds. Having a cup of milk, Miato hands Jogo a cup with a cat on it. This is the cup she bought the other day. It was supposed to be a pair, but somehow one of them disappeared. Glad he received a gift, Jogo decides that next time he's going to buy something for her, making Miato blush and show him a large smile. Ready to start watching the movie, Jogo realizes that since Miato showed up, he hasn't managed to watch any movies. He looked up stuff about the multiverse a bit, but he can't quite wrap his head around it. Having this moment, Miato tells Jogo how she used to spend Friday nights together with her Jogo watching movies, and right now, this feels really nostalgic. Looking at her while the girl is watching the movie, Jogo wonders about the time Miato and he spent together and has no memory of. More than that, she looks the same and sounds the same as the Miato he knows, but she's from a different world. The movie they watch is about a researcher who travels between worlds, and one day, his device breaks, leaving the protagonist stranded in that world. Later on, it's the protagonist's daughter who comes to help, and they embrace the moment, talking, but their memories don't quite align, and the protagonist feels a sense of unease. Then the protagonist is able to return back to the place he once lived using his daughter's device. But in the end, it turns out to be a different universe that the protagonist doesn't recognize. And in the end, the protagonist is troubled by something and tells the person in front of him she is not his real daughter, and that he is going back to his daughter. When the movie ended, Jogo was so absorbed and looking to the left side, he realizes Miato is not there anymore. But a second later, she comes from behind, placing a cold juice on his face, suggesting the movie was really interesting. As Jogo says he didn't even notice when she disappeared, Miato replies that no one would notice if she really had disappeared. Right then, she mentions that maybe in her life she was a ninja, recalling Jogo's memories of his Miato from this universe, making him freeze for a moment, attracting the girl's attention. And while saying there is nothing wrong, what the protagonist from the movie said, "You are not my daughter," rings in his mind. He believes the person he likes is sitting right beside him, but she is a Miato from another universe. She looks the same, but her hairstyle and personality are a little different. Therefore, she is not the real Miato. However, right then, the girl moves closer, questioning Jogo about what is wrong. He was staring at her the whole time, and she wants to hear what is on his mind. When he is about to say something, an earthquake happens, moving them even closer. But when their faces are about to collide, the girl moves away, telling him she believed Jogo is Momiji from her world. Therefore, she likes him. And while showing a cute smile, something seems to be wrong. Her body seems to be emitting some weird signals, and when jumping into his arms, Jogo finds himself alone in the room, with no traces of Miato. In the past, in the other universe, Miato had the first impression of Jogo as being someone unreliable. When she was watching the boys at physical education with the other girls, most of them had their eyes on Hayato, who looked good, was smart, and was the fastest one in class. Compared to him, all the way in the back, Jogo was somebody who could barely run and was always the last guy to finish. For some reason, he attracted Miato's attention. Observing her stare at the boys, one of her colleagues suggested she might be staring at Hayato, but she denied it, making the other girl believe she was looking at somebody else, making her believe there is somebody Miato might be interested in. But the girl brushes it off easily, suggesting she was staring at their bald teacher. After the class finished, Miato was supposed to bring some cones inside the PE storage. On her way there, she observed Jogo sitting around. Approaching him from behind, scaring the boy, she realized he had found a black cat. As the animal approached Miato, who could be considered an interesting feline as well, that collar meant the cat must belong to someone, prompting the girl to wonder what they should do with it. Apparently, Jogo was thinking about sneaking out and looking for the cat's home, surprising Miato, who didn't think he had this kind of initiative. Therefore, she would like to join him. If not, she'd at least be curious about leaving like this. Suggesting going to the police station, they realized that going there dressed like this, at this time, would be a problem. Thinking about it, Jogo remembered there was a pet-related bulletin board at the nearby supermarket. If somebody lost their animal, there should be something over there. As they continued walking, Miato let Jogo know she was surprised to see him so serious. He even snuck out of school to take care of the cat, yet he didn't really know why he did that. He couldn't have left the cat behind. If the teacher found out they snuck out, both of them would be scolded, but at least they would be together, making it reassuring to have someone with you in this kind of situation. When they arrived at the supermarket, while Jogo was looking over the lost animals wall, Miato was outside with the cat, thinking about Jogo and what her friend asked her earlier about being interested in somebody. Yet, she does not believe it is like that. She does understand love. Miato has things she likes, such as food, celebrities, and so on. Therefore, she wonders how people actually come to like others. While in her thoughts, a boy approached her from behind, wondering if she was skipping school. At that time, Jogo was happy he found the poster with the missing cat, and on his way towards Miato, he observed that guy trying to hit on her. Seeing that, he quickly started moving over there. Apparently, that guy was really pushy, trying to take her somewhere, and despite her refusal, the guy grabbed her by the arm. Having that strong grip, she couldn't shake it off, making things a little scary. But then Jogo appeared, with his huge back and balls double that size. Moving in between them, he took that guy's hand off, prompting the stranger to ask who he was, forcing Jogo to reply with a yes when asked if he was her boyfriend. Yet, Miato noticed how flustered he was when answering that question. Hearing Jogo say that, the other guy got pissed off and left the two alone. Taking another glance at him, Jogo seemed to be really relieved. He wondered if Miato was all right and let her know he was really surprised when he got out of the supermarket and saw what was happening, but he was glad she was safe. Moving on, with his pants all drenched in sweat, he started apologizing for saying he was her boyfriend. At that moment, he didn't know what to say. With a cute smile on her face, Miato lets him know he was really cool a moment ago, but that apology just ruined it. However, she was happy and thanked Jogo for saving her. This situation made him blush really hard, to the point where he couldn't look her in the eyes. Even the cat, who realized what was happening, jumped from Miato's hands, prompting the girl to take a step forward and lose her balance, falling down on Jogo, who now is closer to having contact with a girl than all of us. Well done, Cat-san. In the present, somewhere in between the universes, Miato, who disappeared, declares that Jogo is her hero and the person she loves. At first, she was happy she could save him, and looking at his face for a moment made her think she was glad he was okay. But after all, she would like to stay with Jogo more than just for a moment. Inside the room, Jogo is astonished upon realizing Miato just disappeared. The only thing left is the hairpin she was wearing, but upon grabbing that thing from the ground, even the pin disappears. The same way all the women in my life disappear when saying they go to the bathroom while on our first date. Right then, Miato's phone, that's on the ground, starts vibrating. It's an anonymous caller. Not sure about what is going to happen, the boy gathers some courage and answers the phone. Then it happened. As half of all life in the universe vanished into dust at Thanos' snap of fingers, Jogo disappears as well. He was transported into a place that exists between the universes. It's a place that allows you to go to any universe, but if you get lost even a single time, you will end up drifting in the infinite void. This place is incredibly interesting since it's bright even though it's nighttime, and the blowing wind is fragrant. Moreover, it's possible to walk on top of the sea. The person who explains all this is a little girl who knows the boy. When asking who she might be, the girl simply lets him know that it is not important right now. The one he is searching for is Miato Sui, who lies in the sea, unable to return to her original world, and also unable to return to Jogo's world. Upon hearing that he must hurry if he wants to search for her, since he won't be able to stay in this place for too long, Jogo dashes onto the water and thanks the little girl for the information. However, things seem to be a little more complicated than they appear to be. The little girl expresses her gratitude, not really mentioning why. Instead, she wants to ask our boy one thing. What would his choice be? A world where Miato Sui dies, or a world where Miato Sui disappears? As he kept on running after hearing this, Jogo finally falls, and once down, the water starts opening and sucking him in. Right now, he is floating down the big sea that has no bottom, and the question he has to choose an answer to keeps on echoing in his mind. The answer to the question he got should be clear, though. After all, the Miato he is trying to save right now is not the same Miato that he loves. Then memories of the girl start flowing in his head, from how they met to how she confessed her love. The answer when he got that question was, I love Miato-san. Right now, Jogo just got back and is eager to find the girl. The Miato that came from another world. It's true that she's not the same as the one he likes, but in the end, Jogo started thinking of her as a separate person. But the voice that called him, those eyes that looked at him, her smell when they were together, his answer was immediate. Finally, as he kept on swimming, the boy found Miato floating unconscious. No matter what world Miato-san is from, he loves her no matter what. Above the water, the little girl mentions this world is overflowing with possibilities. Maybe this future he is hoping for exists for him to grasp. Next moment, Jogo is outside in a park, lying down next to somebody while rain is falling from the sky. Seeing the rain is falling, the boy believes he returned, but the location is different. Only then he realizes someone is next to him. As he loudly calls her name, the girl stands up, wondering what's the matter. She slowly starts to question where they are. Looking at her, the boy lets out a big sigh and thanks the gods for this. When asked if something happened, The boy only mentions a lot happened. And then he says, I think of you as Miato. That's why. Facing her directly while water pours on his face, Jogo says, I like Miato. At first, the girl did not comprehend what the boy just said. But then she starts blushing really hard and starts wondering what's this all of a sudden. Wondering what he is saying, Jogo only mentions a lot happened and talking would take a while. Therefore, since they could catch a cold, they should head home. Finally, Jogo grows as a person. The regrets he could not convey, he does not want them anymore. In this world he got saved, he is going to change little by little. And as fate works, the other Miato is passing by the park where the two are right now. And hearing some laughter, she turns her head, only to see Jogo with another girl.